Hello, chess aficionados. Without further ado, I bring to you a game played at the European Chess Championship 2023 between Magnus Carlsen as white. He's the 5 times world champion. And Nico Griogiadis, something like that. So, without further ado, as I said, let's start. I want you to pay particular attention, especially you beginners, regarding what a rook can do in the endgame versus a knight. And also, how was Magnus able to convert all of his firepower with just one rook and gobble and stay out of trouble? Well, this is Thanksgiving that I'm recording this in the United States, November 23rd, 2023. So yes, you will see how Magnus has 3 pawns, and then the other side has, black side has a 6 or 7, and he's not panicking because he has a rook. And let's pay close attention to those things. Alrighty, so here we go. The Sicilian defense, modern variation. They're just look at you see it, see what's going on with the black pawn chain already. Know your openings, but then after a while it becomes a new game. So I had to plug in my computer because it had 0 battery, so I had a little interruption. Alright, so let's focus. Okay, look how quickly Magnus castles. Magnus castles right there. On move 5. What's going on with the black? They're kind of slow in development. Look in that situation. So those little things matter. Little things matter. Okay, here we go. They're still vying in position. Nobody's crossed into the 5th or the black into the 4th rows, so they're just vying for position. Okay, the tension in the middle center is occurring here. Who's gonna be the first to break that tension? Okay, more pawn chain development. Magnus does an interesting point. Where is the black king? Right there in the on the e file. So there's the rook right there. Just if things disappear or move, the rook is already in position. These are like almost prophylactic things to improve your position. If things in the middle game are not clear, then just try to improve your position. Okay, finally. Black has decided to break the tension. And so now we have more open files. The bishop is just staring at nothingness. Of course, the king cannot move here, but it's... Oh, anyway. So, while Magnus, what does he do? He attacks. The bishop, black bishop just moved, while Magnus decided to attack. While still being protected. The pawn is protected by his knight. So let's see. He moves out. Finally, black castles. So it's clear now where the target is. The target is where the king is, in the black side, towards the right side. So your pieces are going to be moving over there now. Has been decided. Okay. We have some movement here and some exchange to make this a little bit. Look at this knight move. The knight moved there, and the queen now is protected. Now we're attacking that bishop. He doesn't care. He's moving out with his knight. Then it's taken and taken. So look at that. Very interesting position here. Look how quickly the knight... This is absolutely what was going on here. Tick, tick. And where is this rook staring at? Right here at the king. Another looking ahead type of move by Magnus. He looks ahead a lot. And look at the this company of the bishop and the rook. You know? Very interesting. He's posing some threats, which don't allow this queen to really do what she wants. She kind of has to stay in her position. So now trying to move out over there. So he takes a rook just like that. Okay. Some maneuvering here. So he's trying to get after that queen. But in the meantime, he's also, look at the positioning. No wasted moves, really. No tis for that, like moving. But look, this is a triple file, like a triple battery, not just double, not two rooks. He's got three lined up. Okay. Check. And did you see what happened there? He found an entry to take a rook. Wow, that is a big move right there. Very big move. The rook was left unprotected. Never leave your pieces unprotected. Somehow Magnus is able to finagle the other side to be able to do that. Get into the rush of the game and forget that your pieces may be unprotected. Look at this nice pawn chain that Magnus has there. Okay, he's stopping the pawn movements. Okay, now he's continuing. Okay. Is that pawn weak? Yes, it is. It's not protected, the h pawn there on h5. So he takes it. Notice he doesn't go with a check. He's not moving to the black king. He goes to the 7th file. He still doesn't check, so now he's going after the pawn. So look, 3 pawns, and now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pawns. Look how he's going to manage these things. Look at that. So he was in position to do a check, and now the black knight cannot take the queen. Has to move out. And look at that. Now the black knight is pinned to the king. So he finally gives a check. He just moves out of the way. Alright, now he agrees to exchange the queens. There's more relief there. Phew! So now the end game is pawns against a white rook and a black knight. Guess who's gonna win? Look at the power of the rook. Bam! Takes another one. Bam! Takes another. Like gobble, gobble, gobble. He's gobbling like Pac-Man with this rook. He's not protecting that pawn. Another check. Making the king move. Another move to protect the pawn on b2. Okay, he's moving out with this pawn. Very tense. Frankly, very tense game. Look whose king is more active, white or black. Check. That's what he wanted. Magnus wants his king more active, and he's maneuvered it to the right side. This is endgame technique in its perfection. Now there is opposition. The kings are facing each other, called opposition. Look at the activity of the white king. Continues to be more active. And this, my friends, is how white was victorious. He activated his king. He gobbled up, took his good old time to gobble up the pawns, even though he was so far behind in the pawns. He still, with a rook, was able to manage much more than black with the king. More activity, faster. Let's look at let's debrief here. Magnus was faster to the punch like Wild Wild West. He castled first. He also is moving his pawns and then moving his major pieces in such a very coordinated way. And every move had a purpose. There was no lost move, not one lost move. And then he was able to, with his rook, single-handedly, with one rook, to pick up a lot of the black's pawns. And in a pawn versus, with a rook versus knight, look what is victorious. Absolutely magnificent game. Thank you so much for watching. Hit like and subscribe. Au revoir.